cut one, G. I don't even have to set it up. Just play it. Roll it.
We will not have any tolerance for people who are questioning someone's own personal decision to do what they want. If people want to continue wearing masks, they are allowed to continue wearing masks. And I don't want any issues related to that, and I want to be very clear on that. We will not stand for any bullying or ostracization or harassment of an individual or a business or anyone who chooses to wear a mask.
I mean, I could spend the whole segment on those 35 words she just said. Think about this woman saying that she's not going to stand for separating people out. She's not going to stand for bullying. She's not going to stand for people not being comfortable in what they want to do. Are you kidding me? From her?
Making their own personal decisions.
I mean, are these people serious? Again, this is what I'm talking. These people can never be forgiven. This is what happened in Texas, in my opinion, and I'm shocked by it. The voters didn't put this up high enough on their list of things they cared about or were willing to forgive or forget. I mean, these tyrannical, insane megalomaniacs, tyrants can never be forgiven. She's flipped the switch now into, I'm not standing for bullying. I'm not standing for people making their own decisions. They have to be able to make their own decisions. They have to be comfortable in them, and we're not to question them if they still want to wear a mask. For a year and a half, she's done the exact opposite to people. You're not vaccinated. It's not your decision to make. You're killing people. You're not being respectful to other people. I mean, it's crazy.
What's crazy is that she didn't say the other side of the argument. You know, where if people still want to wear a mask, if people don't want to wear a mask, they shouldn't be ostracized. They shouldn't be this. If they don't want to be vaccinated, they shouldn't be this. Nope, it wasn't about that. It was about playing to the masking and playing to that side of the argument.
Just unbelievable. That clip is unbelievable. Coming from her, of all people, who's the worst of the worst. Child abuse has been number one on her agenda for as long as she could stretch it out for. And now she just doesn't have any other place to stretch it to. Where she tried, but she knows even her at this point, she can't. That's how much they're trying to take the off-ramp, or at least as Daniel Horowitz calls it, the tunnel into darkness so you could forget about them, which is what you shouldn't do. So one more clip. And you may not recognize this gentleman because he hasn't been on TV all of a sudden for a long, long time, but his name is Anthony Fauci. And he was, let's just, once again, just take notice of the name of this show that he went on. Roll it, G.
Dr. Fauci, thank you so much for making the time to join Woke AF.
Hold it. Thank you for taking the time to join Woke AF. That's the name of the show.
Well, maybe he thought the AF stands for Anthony Fauci.
Exactly. I was just thinking
probably,
You know? He's like,
just thinking that.
This is
Woke
great.
Anthony Fauci. That's it. This is his show.
He just didn't know it was his show.
Yeah, one more time, G, from the top. Let's introduce Fauci on his own show here. Roll it.
Dr. Fauci, thank you so much for making the time to join Woke AF. Over the past couple of days, the past couple of weeks, we've seen a number of mitigation efforts being changed and a bunch of different guidelines being offered up by the CDC. Can you offer us some clarification as to why we are seeing these moves being made now by our governors with, rolling back mask wearing indoors, rolling back the need to show vaccination cards, things that were actually used in order to kind of relieve our anxiety, find ways to kind of normalize this very abnormal situation. Why are we making these shifts now?
Well, there's good scientific reason to do that. You know, there are different phases of what we've gone through over the last couple of years. The rather fulminant pandemic phase, which just, a few months ago, we were dealing with almost 1 million cases a day, 900,000 cases a day. The hospitals were threatened in their capacity. The deaths were very high.
Coming up.
We've turned the corner, at least now, with this Omicron variant. The Omicron variant was very challenging, much more transmissible than Delta, a little bit less virulent in that many people had already been vaccinated and or had gotten infected. But what we've seen over the last several weeks is a peak and then a very sharp, steady decline in cases, particularly in hospitalizations. And right now it's felt